1986 was a year of growth for the Space and Rocket Center, a year for meeting new challenges, for setting records, and for new beginnings. Traffic slowed, and necks craned as bypassers and onlookers watched the 3-story tall Space Shuttle Orbiter mock-up Pathfinder move slowly from Marshall Space Flight Center to its new home at the Space and Rocket Center. Used by NASA for clearance testing during shuttle development, then as part of an international space shuttle exhibition, Pathfinder is on permanent loan from NASA. It will be mounted atop a shuttle external tank with 2 solid rocket boosters in 1987 to become the only full-scale, complete space shuttle array on permanent display. The orbiter's tail fin will tower 8 stories above the surrounding terrain. It was moved atop a pair of specially designed trucks traveling at less than 5 miles per hour. 1986 saw an era begin for the hospitality industry in North Alabama with the grand opening of the luxurious Huntsville Marriott on the Space Center grounds. Mariner Corporation invested $18 million in building and furnishing the hotel, whose comfortable rooms and well-appointed restaurants have been eagerly welcomed by business travelers, tourists, and the community. The Marriott, with its spacious convention and meeting rooms and its renowned catering services, has become a vital service center for the Space Museum and for all of North Alabama. Most importantly, the Marriott is an important part of the Space Center's plan to provide every possible service to our guests. Visitors can now tour Earth's largest space museum, watch films in the Omnimax Theater, send their youngsters to U.S. Space Camp, eat a gourmet meal, and find comfortable accommodations, all without ever leaving the Space Center grounds. A hefty dose of Hollywood glamour and mystique enveloped Space Camp and the Space Museum throughout 1986 as excitement built to the world premiere of Patrick Bailey's feature movie, Space Camp. Movie celebrities and local dignitaries mingled with museum and Space Camp employees at the movie premiere hosted by the Space and Rocket Center. Space Camp had been on its way to a record 1986 year, even before the movie opened. Enrollment in March, April, and May doubled. When the Space Camp season ended in September, almost 5,000 young people from all 50 states and more than a dozen foreign countries had participated in Space Camp programs. The demand for Space Camp registration was so great that the camp initiated a special 3-day Space Camp package for youngsters in July and August. Several astronauts, including Joseph Allen, Bill Pogue, Byron Lichtenberg, and Don Isley, volunteered their time to talk to Space Camp trainees, as did speakers from aerospace contractors and NASA. Space Camp attracted more than its share of celebrities in 1986. Ricky Nelson's son, Sam, Dwight Eisenhower's grandson, David Hartman's son, John Denver's son, Zach, and Ernest Gallo all took part in Space Camp activities. And Space Camp's international reputation continued to grow. A pair of Japanese travel agencies promoting tour packages brought more than 200 Japanese young people to Space Camp in April, July, and August. Space Camp was one of the most popular assignments for television, newspaper, and magazine reporters throughout 1986, as writers, reporters, and photographers from all across the U.S. and from Europe and Japan flocked to Huntsville to tell the story of young people in astronaut training. Broadcast stories and print articles from Finland to Australia told millions of people about Space Camp and about the Space and Rocket Center. Space Camp was featured on the NBC Nightly News, Late Night with David Letterman, Good Morning America, and on local television stations all across the country. Space Camp also enjoyed publicity provided by colorful articles from Forbes magazine, USA Today, Boy's Life, numerous specialty magazines, and in newspapers all over the U.S. As Space Camp attendance grew, it became obvious that the camp would need a larger facility to handle the increasing demand from young people. A major milestone toward ensuring Space Camp's continued prosperity was taken in 1986 as construction of the new Space Camp Training Center began. When the $4 million training center opens in March, it will duplicate the Astronaut Training Center in Houston and will provide U.S. Space Camp with the most exciting auxiliary educational facility on Earth. New simulators will enhance training by Space Camp participants, as well as provide a fascinating glimpse into the future for museum visitors. The Space and Rocket Center has also broadened its mail-order merchandising effort by establishing a line of U.S. Space Camp gear, which was offered to young people all across the country. A handsome coffee table book about U.S. Space Camp and NASA astronaut training has also been published. The Space Museum was not idle as Space Camp moved forward. Exciting new exhibits changed the face of the Space and Rocket Center, while new programs provided a more active presentation to museum guests. One spin-off from the movie Space Camp has been the new Space Shuttle cockpit and mid-deck mock-up, now on display in the museum. The space program Brought Down to Earth is the attraction of Chrysler's new exhibit in the museum. A sleek, futuristic sports car draws tourists to a display of the company's satellite automobile navigation system. Visitors can use the touchscreen computer to pinpoint their location or to plot their travels. An eye-catching demonstration is the maneuvering pod, which floats on a cushion of air in a clear plastic tube. The U.S. Air Force's multimedia exhibit has attracted the attention of museum visitors with its exciting 15-projector slide program and its multi-screen video presentations. The exhibit, entitled Gifts of Flight, will be on display in the museum through March of 1987. Visitors are also enjoying the NASA Space Station mock-up from the 1985 Paris Air Show, a Strategic Defense Initiative anti-missile prototype from Lockheed, and a display showing one of the special Coca-Cola cans carried into space aboard the Space Shuttle. Construction of the Space Museum's new lobby also began in late 1986. When it is completed, the extended lobby will provide an improved ticket area, more room for the museum gift shop, and a better traffic flow into the museum and Space Dome Theater. The Space Dome Theater continued to draw capacity audiences for popular Omnimax films The Dream is Alive and Hail Columbia. The Space Dome also added a double feature of exciting and innovative new films, the computerized three-dimension film We Are Born of Stars and the provocative A Freedom to Move. There was increased public interest in the tours of NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. NASA and the Space Center constantly updated and revised the tour to keep it fresh. The visitor's favorite, added in 1986, was the work area where NASA scientists, engineers, and technicians are actually developing America's first permanent space station. The unbeatable combination of delightful new exhibits and programs, proven customer favorites, and worldwide publicity helped propel the Space and Rocket Center to its most successful year ever. Ticket sales soared to more than 800,000. Income from all sources will top $8.1 million for fiscal 1986, a 58% increase from 1985. The Space Museum also enjoyed a banner year in contributions from corporations and other private supporters, who contributed more than $300,000 to the museum's Partners in Our Future program, raising total contributions to that program to more than $2.3 million.
This has been a momentous year for the Space and Rocket Center, with the grand opening of the new Huntsville Marriott and the beginning of the construction of our new Space Camp Training Center and the Space Shuttle Park. We set attendance records at the museum, at the Space Dome Theater, and on the NASA tour, and we started some new exciting programs. Now we're ready to keep that momentum going. The staff and their staff are developing advertising programs and incentive packages to attract tourists from new markets. When the training center opens next spring, Space Camp will serve a new generation of thousands of young people from around the world. We'll have a larger cafeteria to accommodate more Space Camp trainees and center visitors. And our new lobby, gift shop, and exhibit space will help us maintain our position as one of the world's preeminent space science centers. We're excited about where we've been, but we're more excited about where we're going.